Go.
All right, I guess I'll kick it off. What's going on, Fast Turn Radio watchers, listeners, replay catchers? We are here with Jason T. Smith, Cordelia Blake, and the J-Bay. So it is a co-hosted, co-branded, whatever. I can't see what these things show tonight. So thanks everybody for being here, and we expect a big turnout. I think we probably messed you up, the Scanner Monkey people, by being on a Wednesday at 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock.
They can watch the replay tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
With you guys. So welcome.
There you go. We really wanted to have Jason on, and this was his available time. And plus, we love Dwayne, and sharing a show with you is pretty cool.
It is cool.
Agreed.
Yeah, I get to do my little spiel for 5 minutes, and then I'm handing it over to you guys, and I'm just watching. So.
Oh no, you're interacting.
You have to ask questions.
Oh, you don't want me asking questions about eBay, but we'll get to that later. All right, just real quick, let me blow through some numbers. If you guys have any questions, to fire away.
You gonna screen share these numbers? You gonna show us some show and tell?
Yeah, I'm getting it set up now.
Okay, it's my favorite part.
You don't watch my show? Do you not know what I do?
No, I just want to make sure you didn't change things since it's a different kind of show.
Jay.
That's great, Jay. Thanks.
Jay watches it every week.
That's right. I don't miss it. Instead of reading my little girl a book story, I just show her your show at night. We watch it together in bed. That's how I put her to sleep.
That's right.
There you go.
All right, go on.
All right. Here we have some of the new seller products that are up there. They are not good products. Those are some of my losers that I sold off. Could you see mistakes? I had 200 of one, almost 200 of another, and over 100 of another. And the zebra bundle actually wasn't too bad, but dude, not a great buy. So do not get excited about that. But I am kind of interested in the new look of Seller Central with a lot of the coloring and all that crud. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they mess with this up, but it's coming. So it's going to roll out in waves, and you're going to see it sooner or later. Still got the $34,000 loan that I will not be taking.
It's always nice to be asked.
Yeah, it is. It tells me that I at least did something right.
There you go.
They moved the sales summary a little bit, but we're at 14, 30, and 63,000 for the 30 day. So I am amazed that has hung around as long as it has.
That's awesome, Dwayne.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'm actually quite shocked, but thank you. Crap, man, that's like true Q4 numbers. But let's get into business reports, and see what's going on. I am going to show you one thing that got me really excited. All right, we're having a good day, 1,200. I think I expected us to run about 1,500 a day, so we're on pace for that. Yesterday was insane. We did almost $5,000 yesterday. But
wow, 237 units.
Jason, are you typing loudly?
I am typing, but
are you hammering on your keyboard?
no.
He's got whole fists over there.
Are you gently caressing it?
No, it's not. It's just an Apple keyboard. I mean, how loud could that have been? My God.
He's like angry typing.
Really loud.
Maybe let's mute Jason while he's typing, because he's going to break his desk in a second.
Yeah.
It sounded that loud.
It did. It sounded like you were banging on your microphone. But all right,
like this.
Yeah, pretty much.
There, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's his keyboard. Sure, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, so I'll just blow through this real quick. Month to date, and you see toys are our number one selling item. It's just toys just sell year round. I know people say they're easy, but there's still good money in them. Mm-hmm. They sell really well. Beauty's doing strong. Kitchen, grocery. I lost some of my grocery wholesale that I still haven't straightened out. So grocery's taking a little bit of a hit. But month to date, we're at almost 32,000. So that's a good strong month at the 16th. So we're about halfway done. Yep. I filed my taxes yesterday. That was fun. Finally, filed for the extension and actually had to turn them in. Yeah. It's all fun and games till the CPA gets over yourself.
Here's how big of a doofus I am. I'm over on the corner of the screen trying to pan down to see below grocery, and it's like, oh yeah, this isn't my screen.
If you want me to show you, I mean, I'm more than happy to.
Yeah, show us what's behind the curtain there. So kitchen, beauty, home appliances, all other categories, 2,800. So what are the all other categories? Are you like in BISS
Everything,
and
man.
you got office products, shoes, outdoors, man, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it truly
Clothing.
is everything. I sell across the board. So there's
Nice.
there's nothing I won't sell. And yeah, it's working out well. So we're at 271. We're not even to fourth quarter yet. You know, we got another 2 weeks before we hit the fourth quarter. So we're going to be close to 300K going into the fourth quarter. I don't see any way we don't make the 500,000. And, you know, there's no profit in that. Anyone that's wondering, I actually just do this to be honest.
Just to break even.
So, am I allowed to, Dwayne, can I ask you a question? I don't know if you're willing to share this or not.
You can ask anything.
Okay.
I don't promise to answer.
How much, what's the value of your unsold inventory at the
Good question.
warehouse?
I run that every month. On the 5th of every month, you can pull the report and kind of figure that out. I don't have any program that tells me, so I pull those reports manually. And as of August 31st, we had about $80,000.
Okay.
It was our value.
How much was your buy cost on that?
The buy was $34,000.
Okay.
Yeah, our cost of goods at
That's
the
good
warehouse,
for-
34, should sell at 80.
That's very good. That's solid.
That's good for that percentage of your overall sales. That's really good.
And we carry about 4,000 to 4,500 items in stock at any given time. So it's about 4,000 or so standard items, and then 300 to 500. We actually got up to about 700 oversized items. So just kind of depends on what we're selling at the time. But
Good ASP too for toys, $22. Toys and groceries, sometimes grocery will bring you down a little bit. Sometimes beauty, depending on what it is you're selling in beauty, can bring you down a little bit. But 22 that's a good ASP in my opinion.
yeah, it's decent. And yeah, toys by themselves, 70,000 so far this year, and 21 is the ASP.
Yeah.
Shoes is always our biggest one. Yeah, 35 on shoes,
yeah.
but only 13,000 in sales. I'm trying to get more into the shoes, but so anyway, that's where we are in a nutshell. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. I see, are these reports only available to professional sellers? They shouldn't be. They're actually, I'm not going to show you because that's getting way too much into it. But if you go up to reports and then fulfillment, and Chris Green has a video on this. If you want to find out your cost of goods, Anna Hill has a video, or not a video, it's a thread in her Accounting We Will Go that shows you how to figure out Chris tells you what your value is. Anna's method shows you what your cost of goods for in stock inventory is. So I do both of those. I do Chris's on the 1st of the month, and I do Anna's on the 5th because that's when the report becomes available for the prior month. It's fulfillment, monthly inventory, and yeah, it's good stuff. So if anybody has any problems, you can hit me up in Fast Turn Radio or go to Anna's group is really the best place. I've actually got the link. I can post the link here in a minute when you guys
I just did. I already did.
No, yeah, that's to the group, and then I've got the link to the actual thread that'll take you.
Oh, wow. Okay, great.
Because I keep it bookmarked. I got tired of going back to look for it, and I use it every month. So.
Oh, wow. That's a really good idea.
So yeah, stick it in Evernote. And I've got Chris's, I'll put both of those. I've got Chris's video link, and I got Anna's link to her thread. And I do that, like I said, the 1st and the 5th every month, and it kind of gives me a overall health of my inventory and what my growth is. And, we started the year with 8,400, and now we're up to 35,000 cost of goods. So, you see the month over month, and
Nice.
let you know you're on track.
Got to know those numbers. And there's no better resource. Anna will definitely help you with that.
Yeah.
Anna kicks butt, man, because I would be lost without her.
And there is a question. Do you only sell on Amazon, Dwayne? And you've been venturing a little bit into the eBay world, haven't you?
I have, and this will lead nicely into you guys. I've been trying Joe Lister, and with limited success, but at $30 a month, I'm on the 100 listing plan. So at $30 a month, I think I'm covering the cost. I have to actually go find out for sure, but it's close enough. It's moving a few products that otherwise wouldn't be sold, and I'm trying to get rid of some inventory through eBay and Joe Lister. So it's working out well. Not great, but it's okay. I have not touched. I have a Sears account, but I haven't actually used it. Rakuten. Now, you know what? Here's. I know you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. That's the universal saying, and people are getting suspended. But I'll tell you, if I'm going to put work into something, I want the return. And I've talked to a lot of people, and the returns aren't there on Sears, and they're not there
yet.
on Rakuten. So
Not on Rakuten either.
Or really even Jet, for that matter.
No, and if I haven't topped out what I can do on Amazon, why am I going to put efforts into these other places that are going to be minimal returns? That's my feeling. Now, if you want to, have other streams and that kind of other outlets, go for it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. Just me personally, I'm putting my efforts into Amazon and I'm growing it until I can't grow anymore. Same reason I'm not in Europe. I think Amazon Europe's a great platform, but right now I still haven't found where the ceiling is on the Amazon.com. So I have sort of moved to Amazon UK, but
did anyone else get the special friends only invitation to sell on Amazon Mexico?
I guess something that said I was on there, but I didn't get any kind of.
They sent that like about a month ago, didn't they?
I got some email today that said I was. Huh?
I thought they sent that out like a month ago.
No, that was a different one. They sent out a thing about in general that just we could sell on Amazon Mexico, but today I got a different email that said like they're opening up Amazon Mexico toys and they want to set up a meeting with me to talk about it. So yeah, it says Amazon Mexico toys launch invitation. Whoops, confidential.
Whatever you do, don't read this on the air.
Do not tell anybody we've invited you.
So I figured they sent it to everybody.
We're just sharing it quietly amongst 85 of our closest friends.
Wow.
Why would you put confidential at the top instead of at the end? Sincerely, Amazon selling team, P.S. This is confidential.
Yeah. Hey, you didn't read that out loud, did you?
This wasn't really my email. It was to my friend.
Yeah.
There you go.
My friend Cordelia.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just holding on to these cigarettes for someone else, Dad. They're not mine.
This crack cocaine in my car isn't mine. What?
Whatever you do, don't open the trunk. Okay. So we have an announcement to make. The Skater Monkey Tribe, Cordelia has got a special discount for the tribe. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Cordelia? We were already talking about Joe Lister.
Let me just give you Zoom. So just so you know, if you hover your mouse in the upper right-hand corner and you click on the little Hollywood Squares button with all the little squares, it puts a good view. And Jay, I think you need to mute.
No, I need to take Roseanne off here. I'm working on it.
And if you hover at the bottom, you'll see the chat, which opens in a separate window. So if you guys the chat is you can either chat individually with people or chat with everybody. So if you have any other questions about how it works, just let us know in the chat. But I just want to let people know because I think there's news here.
Okay.
Como S.
Yeah, I realized I spelled it wrong after I said it.
So. Jason spelled it with an E.
I'll go back to my middle America white guy English. All right.
Must have been the preparation drinks at whatever that little bar is with the special juice.
The Double Down Saloon with some ass juice. Yes.
What? Okay. What is ass juice? What's in?
People ask me.
I want to know?
People ask me, what's it about living in Vegas? Vegas is the best city in the world. 3:15. I was picking up friends at the airport. We had drinks at the Double Down. Got them to their hotel. I was back home at 4:15. That's a great city. Ass juice is a secret recipe, and depending on the day of the week and depending on the bartender, sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's brown, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's all of those. and it's very yummy. It's way tastier than it sounds.
God, I hope so.
Except, and I don't think he's watching. Except when it's coming back up. Now look, here's the deal.
Ooh.
I'm a drinker. Do not try and run with me, drink for drink, and don't ever pass me.
There's
Chris
a weight
Green
differential in there. Yeah.
Oh no.
One night I was done drinking. We were sitting there, and Chris ordered more ass juices, and I went, "That's not gonna go well." And Chris Green fertilized my bushes out front. So yeah, that didn't go.
I have never seen him drink that much. That's funny.
Oh.
You know, he would.
Wow.
He was on his hands and knees praying to the bathroom in the guest bathroom.
Oh no. Poor Chris.
Wow.
Was that another now? Like I
We have a
remember seeing a
similar
picture of him
experience
sleeping
with
in the
Russian
hallway at the
vodka.
hotel. Was that another drunken evening escapade?
No, that was because he snored too loud and I threw him out.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, drinking makes you do that too.
I'm a light sleeper, and sleeping with a snore does not work so well.
Yeah.
What's
Cheers,
So cheers, everyone.
I just have
There you
water.
I'm drinking
I have
water.
bourbon.
I
I
try
thought
not to
Dwayne was going to
give
toast some bourbon with
business
me
advice
tonight.
after
And he's
this.
drinking
Yeah.
water over there.
It was like Dwayne. At least tell us it's moonshine. That's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah. It's great
It's
vodka.
Straight,
Yeah.
just straight vodka.
Straight up.
Down to like a man.
Smells like your wax. All right. Okay. Joe Lister. Let's talk Joe Lister, and then get into the meat of this.
Okay, so I want to preface this because lately I've gotten a few questions about this.
Okay.
So Scanner Monkey is a paid membership group. We are awesome. ScannerMonkey.com for more information. We do not do affiliate links for our members. So when we give you like a discount, we don't also get a kickback on that. So that's just our policy. No criticism of any other groups. But I'm just letting you know that when we're saying, hey, we got a discount for this or that conference or this whatever, that's not our secret way of trying to get more money from you. That's our secret way of trying to provide more value. So we just want to let you guys know that.
The secret's out.
The secret's out. So we do not do affiliate links for our members. So if you go to the discount page, if you follow a link on our Facebook group, that there's no affiliate anything. Okay. So Joe Lister is a service that, and I haven't actually, I signed up but haven't set it up yet. But basically, Dwayne did. Dwayne, you said you used it, right? Can you tell us a little bit about what it is?
It's very simple. You basically give them access. You give Joe Lister access to your eBay account and your Amazon account. Pull in your Amazon FBA inventory, and it's all sitting there. Your entire active inventory, and you just click yes, and basically I want this listed. It creates the eBay listing. It puts it on your store. Does all the work for you, and you just select which ones you want to be for sale. Does the calculation. So if you are making a $5 profit on Amazon, then it says you want to make $5 profit on eBay. This is what you have to do. It calculates your MCF fees, PayPal fees, or not PayPal, the eBay fees, and it sends everything over. And you do nothing, honestly, other than tell it, I want this listed. And then they just simply do the transaction when the item sells. It auto MCFs the item from your inventory to your customer. You don't touch anything. So that part of it is great. Joe Lister is a great service. My problem with it, not with them personally, but with my use of it, and the reason I haven't gotten more sales is my eBay account sucks.
Right.
I've got like 30 feedback, and I sell once every 6 years, and so they have no reason to advertise my listings. And so it's my fault that I don't do more sales through the service, but the service itself is awesome. It's
I'm
the only
curious, if
way
you
I would
buy a lot of
sell
stuff on eBay, does that change?
I don't have to do anything.
I'm the same as you, Dwayne. I don't sell a lot on eBay, but
Jason
my
will have
wife
to
and
fill us in on that.
Yeah, my wife and I have purchased lots of stuff over eBay over the past few years. Now, we haven't bought that much recently, but there was a time when we were buying, I don't know, like 300 items in a year on eBay. So does that affect your metrics to a point where you would get advantageous ranking with Joe Lister, Jason?
Jason?
Or do you?
I don't know. And, like when you guys were bringing up Joe Lister the other day, I'm like, wait, what?
Well, it is about Amazon. So.
It's the lazy FBA sellers tool. Yeah.
I have a lot of things that merchant fulfilled on Amazon. So
Yeah. Okay.
what you're saying, I'm looking into it because I've got like 800 things merchant fulfilled. So
See, I
if
don't
can
know
just
if
click a
it'll do
button.
because I know it's set
for
up
FBA.
for.
They're just for FBA.
Right. I think
Now I gotta go
FBA.
send my crap in.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that it actually uses FBA to fulfill your eBay orders. So
Yeah,
it
does
automates
everything.
the whole order fulfillment process.
Yeah.
Now, from what Svetlana told me, who's a big eBay seller, she said, "Well, you're not." Dwayne, please speak louder. I'm yelling practically.
Dwayne, that's not the first time that's been said. And when I'm listening, I can barely hear you.
I
Really?
hear just fine.
So if you can turn up
Do you
your
have
mic,
a
yeah.
mic? I don't see a mic on your thing. You don't.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a mic.
Oh, there
That's
we go.
much
There
better.
you go. Keep it right there. Just put it right up
Dude,
to your
get it
mouth.
on your mic. Don't put it across the room.
It's right here in front of me. I turned
That's
it
better. You
Come
did
on,
something.
man.
That's
Yeah,
You're the long
I
one. You need a
turned
boom guy that's next to you, just holding it over your head.
Dude,
Yeah,
I turned
where's your boom
I turned the
guy?
gain up. So
$10
it
an
should
hour
be
for a boom guy. Come on.
louder now. Anyway,
All right, go on.
Okay.
so back to
Joe
back to the
Lister's
stinking
cool.
Joe Lister. Yes, Svetlana said if you're not a top-rated seller on eBay, you're not going to get those preferred listings or the preferred search results. Okay, and then somebody said, does it affect your metrics? And that's one of the things that she said was if your order's coming in but not shipping for 3 or 4 days, eBay wants to see that shipped within, I think, 48 hours. So yes, it is going to hurt you on eBay as far as being a seller. So it's not a perfect system. You know, it works for me because I don't care. You know, it's just extra crap
So
going on.
how long does it take to? Oh, because we don't get the tracking on MCF orders for.
Right. Joe
Yeah.
Lister just tells Amazon to send it. Well, Amazon, unless you get expedited shipping on your MCF orders, ships it, I think, within about 4 days.
Right.
Well, they are not going to hit that 2-day window. So you're not going to have the tracking and all that updated. So you're going to kind of get hurt on the eBay side.
Well, just put that in your listing. You know, just give them shipping
I don't
information up front.
No, you can't put tracking in up front.
No.
you
What
can't
I'm
put
saying
tracking
is to
until
let, I
Amazon
mean, I
ships.
guess lower their expectations if you've got a listing on there. And I mean,
Well, no, that's
Is
just an eBay.
there's some kind of toggle button where you're like, you know, expect 7 to 10 days shipping, or to let the customer know if they order it, which I need to
No,
read it.
Oh, it's metric. It's not like it's not a customer issue and metric issue.
eBay wants to see you send that within 48 hours, and you're not going to. Right, Jason? Is it 48 hours or 24?
No, it's whatever you set up. You could set up a 10-day handling window so that
Right,
you're
that's what I'm
covered.
saying.
But you get to stay top rated seller plus, you need a window of 24-hour handling because that's what the customers want.
Okay. There you go.
You know, but some people don't want it. They don't care about the discount. They don't care about the little added, top rated seller plus. That's fine. But, you know, I am one to make sure my customers get their stuff lickety split.
Yeah, now one funny thing that I noticed, and it's not going to take eBay customers long to figure this out, I don't think, is each Joe Lister listing at the bottom says created by Joe Lister. Well, you know, once customers figure out that what Joe Lister is, they got to know that if they just went to Amazon, they're going to get the same thing cheaper. But
Dwayne, no buyer will ever get to the bottom of anything. Trust me on that. No, now one buyer will ever see Joe Lister.
Gotcha. Well, Bob Willie has given it some kudos in the chat room. He's had some success with it.
I buy stuff from one website. I resell on Amazon for 3 times the amount. Same brand, same everything. They don't.
Oh, hey, can I say hi to my mommy? My mommy's here.
Yeah.
Hi, mommy.
Hi, Jason's mom. Aw. Well, anyway,
all right.
so we
done.
have an exclusive discount for Joe Lister where normally when you get it, you get 2 free listings through Scanner Monkey. If you follow our link, you get 10 free listings forever. They're always free. So you can
Those my awesome graphics. Jasmine.
Yes. Wait, that's our cool Scanner Monkey special effects that we were talking about earlier. So
That's some
anyway,
You're in a tunnel. You're
10.
turning right. You're turning left. You're in a tunnel. Okay. 10 listings.
Now we have had a few questions for people who've already signed up, if they can get that somehow. To my knowledge, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know if they're going to do something for us. The guy, my contact there, he was not available today, so I don't know if he's like on vacation or whatever, but he didn't get back to me.
Is that Mr. Lister?
Mr. Lister.
Yeah, that's
Joe.
Joe.
I call him Joe. We're on a first name basis.
Okay, good. But he's in our group now, so he can help with questions when he gets back from vacation.
Yeah, but he didn't really like answer any questions, so hopefully we can get him to like actually participate.
Great program, terrible customer service.
There you go. But we do have. I just put.
Can you put Mrs. Lister in our group, please?
Yeah. I just put the link on our exclusive discounts page, which you have to log in to see. So, and it's on the Facebook page. If you're a member, that's it. So, just another awesome benefit of being a Scanner Monkey. And that is the end of that. So now let's get to Jason.
The future of FBA.
The world of
No,
tomorrow.
eBay.
The world of tomorrow today with Jason T. Smith. Cue the
Jason,
science fiction-y music.
When is eBay going to give us our self-cleaning houses? Because that's supposed to be the world of tomorrow, right?
Maybe Q4 of 2025. All right. So I'm glad you said Jason T. And here, there's a very specific reason why I use the T in my name. There are very nefarious Jason Smiths in the world, and I'm none of them. The problem is their stuff ends up in my world. So there's a Jason Smith on the do not fly list, not me. That beat up his wife and got arrested, not me. There's a Jason Smith who owes $30,000 in student loans,
Oh, wow.
not me. And so the T was to kind of break it up. Now, I got the funniest email last night because somebody picked the wrong Jason Smith.
Oh, wow. Was it like...
I feel a screen share coming on here.
No, I won't because there's phone numbers and but here's the best one. So usually it's bad people, okay? Beating up your wife, owing money, do not fly list. And 3 times, 3 separate medical procedures, the wrong Jason Smith chart was pulled for me. Not a good thing. So my mom's listening. Thanks again, Mom. But anyway, this is the funnest one I ever got.
Way to be original, Mom.
I'll read this and then we'll get into why we're here. Hi, Jason. We are in the process of selecting a street needing reconstruction for the CDBG applications that are due in a few weeks. If the application is approved, we will only be able to do 1 or 2 streets. Typically, these streets are reconstructed with concrete paving. From a public utility standpoint, do you have a preference on which of these streets are rebuilt? I have attached a map that shows the streets we are considering for your review, and the company is situated in Salt Lake City. Yeah, I got nothing to do with repaving streets.
No, but you should tell them which one you choose.
I'm gonna.
Take advantage of it. Absolutely.
I prefer this street.
I'm going to find my favorite 2 street names in Salt Lake City, and those are getting repaved thanks to me.
Thanks, Jason's mom. Finally, his name is paying
How
off.
do you not know who you send that to? How do you
somebody in Salt Lake City's watching us. They're like, let me choose. Okay, hit me up on Facebook, pick 2 streets, and that's what I'll
All
submit.
right, Twinkle.
Cool.
That is awful.
All right, and then one more thing I want to share before we get into this, because I want to thank my wife is awesome. For our anniversary, she bought me a bobblehead.
Oh, I love it.
That is awesome.
That is such a great gift.
And they had never done a Hawaiian shirt.
It has a Hawaiian shirt.
And camo shirts before.
camo
so they're
shirts.
Down. Has he got a tiki mug underneath that beard somewhere, or what's
no?
he got?
But he's throwing the shaka.
Oh, he's got the your thing you
Nice.
do.
And my wife sent a picture of me throwing the shaka, which is Hawaiian hang 10. And they came back with heavy metal. And my wife's like, no, you got the wrong fingers up. So they fixed it. But they've even got the beard in the middle.
That's
That is
so
definitely
cool.
You know exactly who it is.
Did she make multiple units? Can we buy
Yeah, now
this?
you know what to
Is
sell
this
on
something
eBay
that
and
we should
Amazon.
bolo on the show? Can we find this at like Hot Topic maybe? Is Funko involved somehow?
Funko.
I would
How many of
totally
those
buy
Pop,
that.
Jason T.
I would spend the
my
$10.99 on that for
I
sure.
got your sandals.
Hey, are your toenails
That's
painted?
a great gift.
No, and they wouldn't do, for whatever reason, they wouldn't do the tattoos. I mean, here's my right arm on this, and here's my right arm in real life. They wouldn't do them.
That's another $50 easy.
Yeah, it's still very
just for
cool.
the arm.
I don't, and somebody's asking, what's the company? I don't know. It was a gift. My wife didn't tell me.
Yeah.
You could just get on there with your Sharpies and draw in the tattoos.
That'd be really tiny. I don't have that.
That is your new profile picture, I think. I think you need to take a picture of that.
I'm going to share the
make that
pictures
your-
this week, and I'm changing my head to this head.
That's awesome.
I better not see that on eBay.
Hell no.
If it's a one of a kind. Next comes the pug bobbleheads too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
all right,
next year.
let's get into that.
All right, Mr. eBay influencer herself, ladies and gentlemen, Jason
Himself.
T. Smith talks the future of not FBA, eBay. Go.
That's why I don't drink on my show.
The future of something will be discussed tonight.
So, Dwayne kind of touched on it, but he's like, look, I'm firmly in Amazon, and I definitely think you should have your hand in a few different areas. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because when that time comes where the big bad AC goes, Dwayne, you're out, and you got one listing on eBay, you're going to have to figure something out, son, because you won't be able to go to your credit card because you don't got one.
No, I have cash. It's okay.
So I do want to say, though, to my friends who are
mattress.
tuning in who don't know Fast Turn or Dwayne or Scanner Monkey or Jay and Cordelia, I don't tend to do things with people who don't put out a good product. So there, here's an instance where people charge money for their services, so to speak, kind of like Chris Green and Scam Power. So if I'm doing something with somebody, you should feel good and warm and fuzzy that if you like what you see and you want to go do something with them, you should. I don't just put my stuff out there for anyone. So that's just my little endorsement of the three of you right now.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Well, yeah,
ATS
it's always been my way, because I don't want. Well, I never wanted to be hanging out with people who were like, "Hey, I mentioned the thrifting board 3 times today. You've not mentioned Scanner Monkey once." That's not the way I roll. But if we're doing things together,
Tell them what we talked about.
if we're doing things together, you guys are good, because I never want to do stuff with people who lead people down the wrong street and are snake oil salesmen. So anybody I hang with, they're good people to hang with. So keep that in mind.
Jason, that must be why you got that invitation to repave the street, because you
I
don't
know,
want to lead people down the wrong street.
All right, so yeah, the person from Salt Lake City, tell me the worst 2 streets and the best 2 streets. I'm going to suggest the best 2 and see what happens.
I just want to know, how do they not know who to actually email on that? How do you just...
Dude, my
Hey,
email is tikipug@gmail. How they picked me, I have no idea. But I'm sure somehow I was in their database. Maybe they bought something from me at some point on eBay, and they saw Jason Smith, and they just picked it. Has to be.
No,
like,
you got punked. That's what happened. You just got punked.
No. I've had 3 medical procedures, and the worst one, I was getting an operation on my little toe, and they'd just given me the happy juice for I was passing out, and they're like, count back from 10. And I'm like, 10, 9. And they said, okay, right before I passed out, they said, okay, we're going to make sure this is you, Jason Smith, and they read a birth date and a social security. That wasn't me. And then I passed out cold. Now, thank God my wife was standing there. But
I woke up with no kidney.
Yeah, in a tub.
No ball. Like, what's going to happen here?
Why'd you take my pancreas? It was my toe.
Both my balls were working fine. What happened? All right, so let's get into some serious stuff. So I was just at the eBay We Are 20th event. They asked 15 eBay sellers to be their what they call influencers, and there were 6 criteria. And the main 3 were had a following, had a presence on social media, and put out accurate information. And that's the big one. People have followings, people have presences online, because anyone can do that. But not everyone puts out accurate and correct information, and I'm always the one to do that. I'm very much a rah-rah cheerleader for eBay, but I'm not a blind cheerleader. I don't just say, oh, eBay's the best, I love you. I tell them when they're wrong, and they picked 15 of us influencers, and from that 15, they picked a few of us to be on a panel. And I said something on the panel that in my head just seemed kind of not big deal, but I was talking to an eBay employee later, and they're like, what you said is going to give me fuel to fix that. And I'm like, ooh, did I say something bad? Well, no, not bad, but yeah, it's a problem we got to fix. And maybe you saying it on a panel that we put you on, maybe that'll be the fuel to fix it. I go, oh, hope I can help. I didn't mean it that way, but I hope I can help. So
That's awesome.
eBay changed a lot, and there's 3 main things they changed. And
Wait, Jason, now is this stuff that they've already changed, or are they launching it? I was unclear about that.
So eBay does updates twice a year: spring seller update, fall seller update, and then it's kind of like when Apple has new products. Hey, here's the new product. You can get it like in a month. Okay, so eBay's saying here's the update. It's going to take effect in February. Because with many updates, sometimes there's some work involved from the sellers to fix and alter some things so they can be good in the new updates. And people are complaining about that it isn't quicker. And I think they complain like it's like the 4 of us are having a website. No, it is a multi-billion-dollar worldwide website. So when they make changes, it's not like, okay, click, done. No, it's a big deal. Yeah. I think people forget that. And the people who forget the easiest are people who go to the event. So the event was We Are 20, eBay turned 20. It was in San Jose. And unlike many companies, you can walk up to an eBay executive and have a conversation and get a follow-up. So people feel like, hey, I'm buddies with the CEO of eBay. It should happen quicker. And that's not normal for a company. Like Devin Wenig, who is the current brand new CEO and president, me and him are buddies. He knows me by name. He knows who I am. We went to Congress and petitioned Congress together. And so we're buds. I sent him his first Hawaiian shirt. He knows me very well. He doesn't know every, 25 million sellers, but he knows me. And I'm not blind to the fact that that's a rare situation, but when you're at these events, you can walk up to Devin and say hi and say, hey, here's my things on the platform, and he'll listen. And it's not a normal occurrence for a multi-billion-dollar company to have this kind of ease to their executive, so to speak. So I made a lot of new friends this week. I got conversations with people I had not met before, and so I see great things coming. And they listened, and we're the sellers. And here's where people have a problem. Look, on any platform, Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, Etsy, whatever, the buyers are what you need. If you don't have buyers, us sellers are nothing. We're absolutely nothing. And people think that eBay should have the sellers back more than they did. And I somewhat agree with that, but I also like if the buyers aren't happy and they're leaving in droves, which they were in the years past, you got to figure out why they're leaving and bring them back. So if we're doing something wrong as a whole, they got to fix it. Because guess what? I don't pay my bills because I just list stuff. I pay my bills because I list stuff and I sell stuff. In order to sell stuff, I got to have a good buyer base. And if buyers are leaving, eBay's got to fix it. So if you got kicked off, you're a shitty seller. That's just point blank. Same with Amazon, fix it. It's not that hard. And we all, the 4 of us here, we all have different levels of what we sell, how much we sell. But if you understand your platform, your main platform, you should be able to do it well and correctly. I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything it's very easy. Do it well and you'll be fine. Do it unwell and you got issues.
I think it's also like, I don't know, it seems sometimes I hear stories about what people do and you're just stunned. Like there are people that just completely disregard so many basic terms and rules. And look, I may not always have the exact perfect nexus for, like there's like really subtle things I might not from Amazon. They'll send stuff out and they put their company brochure in with the product. And like, that's a huge no-no. You're not allowed to do that. That's a really big deal. You can't send whatever you feel like to the customer, So it's just, I'm sure it's the same on eBay too. Like people just, they have no, like they just don't pay any attention. They're not they're not talking to other sellers, so they don't have that conversation going on of like, oh, I didn't know that was a rule. Now I'll start following it or anything like that. So
yeah, and I don't, I've been on Amazon a long time. I've never had an issue, so I don't know what happens when you have an issue. But on eBay, they did a big sweep a couple years ago that for whatever reason became very public. And they do sweeps all the time. And there is no seller on eBay that just gets like, you're gone. They're like, okay, you suck at this. You need to fix it. And we're giving you 3 months to right the ship and turn the direction. And then for some reason, they swept out a bunch of bad sellers. And then social media picked it up and went, oh, eBay just got rid of a bunch of people and they're assholes. Well, no, they're not. Everyone gets a warning. And I'm in a very unique position. I've been friends with a lot of higher ups at eBay for a long time. And we have friendships outside of it. So we have conversations besides just eBay and selling. But I have these conversations and I know more than the average seller. And I will not, betray any confidences, but I know people are warned and they're given a chance to fix it. eBay never wants to just say bye-bye. And so when people said, oh, they just threw me off, it's wrong. It's a lie. It's inaccurate. And, I've always been one to help. Like, I know you guys help. And, I know Dwayne, for one, my assistant last summer, let me back up. So one of the things that eBay grades you on is your defect rate. And they grade you on 4 things right now. And a lot of those things seem subjective and opinionated, not fact. And, I had friends going, I'm not meeting the defect rate to get my discounts, which is top rated seller plus. And I'm like, you know what? I filmed a whole season of a TV show and I left a person who had been new to eBay and my processes for 2 weeks as my assistant. I said, good luck. And I somehow stayed while I was filming with a person who didn't know the procedures well. I stayed within the parameters. And that was me working and hustling and teaching her and guiding. And if you're just doing this by yourself, you should be able to do it. So then that person, my good friend Cheryl, she decided to move on to Amazon. And Dwayne was one of the people that she reached out to and said, and I told her, I said, tell Dwayne you're my friend and Dwayne will help you. Chris helped her.
And then he hung up the phone.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I give Dwayne a lot of grief for certain things, but I'll give you mad props. You're my boy and you took care of my friend Cheryl. So I much appreciate that. But it's a great community thing, and I try and help people. So if you're just like, I got kicked off. No, you got kicked off for a reason. There's a reason that you're not on the platform. But if we can get you back on, let's square it up. So let me tell you what the new procedures for eBay are going to be. In the past, they were somewhat objectionable things. People talk about that in my group, but yes, there are dumb buyers. They're very much dumb buyers. They don't read 20 things. They're going to read to the bottom and see Joe Lister. That ain't happening, brother. Ain't happening. Right? eBay listened to their sellers, and this is where I was so happy. This change is all for us, the sellers. They're still keeping the buyers happy, but it's the sellers that they took care of. They did a couple major things. They changed the defects to 2 things only. So before it was, did you communicate well with the buyer or did you communicate at all? And sometimes you don't need to. And those things, sometimes you get a defect for that. Not as described. Well, I wrote it was navy blue. The customer saw the picture, thought it was black. They had a crummy monitor. I should not get a defect because their monitor was different than mine. I wrote everything correctly. So eBay heard all that. So here's the only 2 defects that will matter now. The only 2. Do you have the product you sold? If you have to cancel because you don't have it, that's a defect. That should be a defect. If you don't have what you sold on any platform, you suck. Right. Now, I'm sure, me for sure, maybe the 3 of you, we've all sold something that there was a mistake and we don't have it anymore. But there is levels, but you shouldn't do that on a regular basis. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, if your customer does have a problem, have you reached out and communicated with them and found a resolve? That's it. If eBay has to step in, that's a defect. If you can't ship it because you had to cancel because you don't have it, that's a defect. That's it. If you can't ship the product you say you have and you can't help your customer, that's it. If you can't do those 2 things, you should not sell online.
Don't stab yourself in the back. It's not worth all that, man. What is that?
This is the best letter opener ever because it's got a little curve. It's the best back scratcher ever. I knew you were going to say something.
Look
Is there a little blood on that? I think I saw a little blood on the
Jason's so
table.
upset about the defect rate that he's
like,
committing
forget it, I'm
violence.
stabbing myself in the back. All right.
Now, the
So-
other thing in conjunction with that, to keep your top-rated seller status, it's not a defect, but in order to keep it, you have to ship in your setup time frame, and I think it has to be, and I might be wrong on this, but it has to be the 24 hours. The one business day. Excuse me. It's not. People confuse one business day and 24 hours. The one business day could almost be 48 hours. So if somebody buys something at 12:01 a.m. on Monday, you have to 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday to get it out. That's almost 48 hours.
Hmm.
So
What
don't
about
say
the weekend? Does
yeah,
the
weekends
weekend
don't count. So if you buy at 12:01 a.m. Friday, which is basically Thursday night, you have till 11:59 Monday night. It's not 24 hours. It's a business day. So to keep it, you have to get some form of tracking. Now, I know there's people out there that have issues with their pickups. I'm lucky I don't. My guy scans at the door. The new procedures are, if you get the pickup scan, you're done. It doesn't matter what happens after that. eBay has seen that you shipped it when you said you're gonna, and you don't have to worry about it. So if USPS, FedEx, whoever drops the ball, you're still covered.
Okay.
Now, we all know when we ship merchant fulfilled on an FBA, the carrier we choose is our agent at that point. So it has to get to the end result. So even though we're not responsible for the USPS, our customer has to get their product, bottom line.
Right.
And if you get the pickup scan, you're good. It's over. Like if you've been to Vegas, when a dealer checks out, they clap their hands, they put them apart. I got nothing in my fingers, I'm out. Okay? If you don't get that scan, because some people don't get that scan, if you get the final scan within the time frame that the post office set up, you're still good. Now, if that doesn't happen also, Amazon. See, they've picked the Amazon thing. I almost said Amazon. eBay is going to ask your customer, hey, Dwayne, did this product come in the shipping time it said it was going to come into? Now, they've been testing this with certain sellers, and what they found out is it's 85% accurate, and the other 15%, they guess. And in that 15%, 8% of the time, they just guess in the favor of the seller. So could you still get a mark that against you that isn't legit? Yes, but it's a rare thing. If you get an acceptance scan, you're done. You're out. You're good. Move on to the next product. Now, of course, if your customer doesn't end up getting the product, you still got to take care of your customer. That's what people forget. That's my customer. It's your customer. It's eBay's customer. But if you're a bad seller and you don't take care of your customer, those customers won't come back to the platform as a whole. So keep that in mind. I only want good sellers because I'm a good seller.
That makes sense. Now, what is eBay doing to either bring more customers? Like you said, if you don't have more customers, you can be the greatest seller in the world, but your stuff's not moving. So what are they doing to bring more customers, or are they at least looking at making the process easier for those of us that are in the Amazon world that are accustomed to FBA? Is there any, eBay doing more like FBA type stuff? And that's my two problems with eBay.
They're giving Jason another TV show.
No, but here,
building that audience.
Sales are slow, and it's a pain in the butt to ship. That's my problem with eBay. So are they addressing that at all? Or is that my problem? Or is that my fault?
No, it's not your fault. They do have a valet service. I've never used it, so I don't know enough about it to talk about it, so I won't talk about it here. And it's different. Amazon actually is a retailer. eBay is not a retailer. And so it is still upon us to take care of our own stuff. But eBay is bringing the customers, and I thought I had the picture ready, so give me a second. But their fourth quarter push is going to be amazing because they realized something. Yeah, why did this thing come through? I don't know. I have no idea. All right, am I on the big screen?
Yep.
All right, so that is the big push, and I'll read it to you in a second, but this was at the event. It's called Wish Bigger. That's their holiday push. So whatever you wish for, you can find on eBay. Now, they realized, which we all know now, but it was lost on me a couple years ago. Like, I would hit Christmas and then like, I'm taking a week off, not realizing there was this big season after Christmas. I know it now. I really know it now. And eBay knows it now too.
Gift
so November 1st, they start the big push for Wish Bigger. There's going to be commercials and all kinds of advertisements everywhere. And when it hits Thanksgiving, bigger push, 10 times the amount of advertisements out there. And then when Christmas hits, they're not done, because they know after Christmas, 3 things happen. People get money for Christmas. They want to go buy some stuff. People get gift cards for Christmas. They want to go buy some stuff. And people want to return the crap they shouldn't have gotten in the first place for the stuff they really wanted. And so there's those 2 weeks after Christmas that are huge. I used to ignore it. Man, I'm on it now. Like, your store should be full the day after Christmas, because people are shopping like madmen. So they're going to continue that advertising campaign. They're going to try and bring us as many customers as humanly possible.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. And yeah, I totally agree. I mean, January is, until August this year, January was our biggest month outside of December. It is a huge month. And there is definitely, now the 23rd of December, it was funny. I was looking at my charts the other day. Sales are up here, and then all of a sudden it was just gone. You will not sell anything the 23rd of December. But yeah, right after Christmas, 26th, 27th, those sales pick right back up again, and they go through January. So it is definitely not over. But I like that. I'm going to have more of my stuff. I'm going to use Joe Lister more, have more available, see what happens. I hope it becomes a viable platform. I like eBay in concept, but I don't like her to slow sales. So if they can boost my sales, dude, I'll be more than happy to use them.
Well, I'll say this. My experience with it has been that the big guns use eBay quite a bit. There was some things shared in Scanner Monkey last year where, Target, big, gigantic, big box store Target was selling things on eBay at a much lower price, and you could find those same items on their own website or in their stores. And the gift cards, we talk about raise.com and Granny gift card and card pool. There's lots of different gift cards you can buy on various websites, but eBay has some of the biggest discounts through various vendors on gift cards. Toys R Us, I can't tell you how many gift cards I bought that are basically 2 for 1 on eBay. You got to catch them at the right time. And, once you get to know certain buyers, and I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're getting these items at a cost where they can sell it and still make a profit, but they're there. And you don't see those things on Amazon. I mean, Jason, would you agree with that? There are certain items that they can offer on eBay that I've not seen on Amazon as of yet.
Oh, I would agree. And I've talked about it quite a bit. The best thing about eBay as opposed to Amazon normally, because Amazon's more about commodity and eBay is more about, for the most part, kind of one-offs. And on eBay, you tend to find things that might have an emotional connection. Some things might be that way on Amazon, but we had a member in our group that sold just a T-shirt he had thrifted. And not knowing that the T-shirt he thrifted ended up, that was a woman's shirt she wore when she got buried. So a guy's wife died a little too early, and he wrote back to the seller, which really doesn't happen that often. He said, "Hey, I want to tell you something. My wife passed away way sooner than we expected, and when we met, she never traveled, and I grew up in South Africa. So as we got married, I took her to South Africa and around the world, and one of her favorite places was this national park in South Africa. And so I needed that shirt to bury her in, and you're the one that had it." And so, you don't hear those conversations too often on Amazon. It could happen, but it was such an amazing story to hear that. I love when I sell something and a customer goes, "Oh my God, my dad lost this 100 years ago and you just found one, and oh my God, my dad's so happy." So those are the kind of things that, that is the little difference between eBay and Amazon. eBay flew me up to talk to the interns one summer, and I thought I was talking to pimply-faced freshmen who didn't know what they wanted to do in life. I didn't know I was talking to people about to get their MBAs. And so eBay was trying to court them to stay with eBay. And so they brought 4 sellers. And I told them, I go, "Look, if you go work for Target.com and somebody buys a mop, they're just buying a mop. But if you go to eBay, some of your ones and zeros that you program might be something that means the world to somebody. This person buried their wife in a shirt they bought on eBay. That shirt wasn't on Amazon or wasn't on Target. That's powerful. So if you don't
more
care,
stories with eBay for sure.
Yeah, if you don't care about the ones and zeros, that's fine. But if you were like, man, what I'm programming might make someone's funeral or wedding or graduation, it's a little different. It's kind of cool. So I like that.
Jason,
ahead,
we have
Cordelia.
a question from Darcy. She's concerned with Joe Lister, I guess in general, that it's using stock photography on listings instead of actual pictures. Is that a problem with? I thought with new products you were allowed to use stock photography on eBay.
You can. They recommend taking your own pictures, but if you have no defects, you'll never have a problem. But if you got a little something, then you're going to have an issue. I do want to back up because I saw a couple things come by when I was just yammering on without stopping.
No, that's okay. We had another question about, I don't know what this means, but with the Googleness mess up, have they made, I just lost it. Have they made up, and can we look forward to more visual there? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so Google and eBay don't play nice together. From what I'm hearing, they're trying to work it out. And so I think that's coming. But, of course, I'm trying to roll back to where I wanted to answer a question. And every time somebody types something, it goes forward.
Yeah. If somebody has a question, this one thing that isn't as great about Zoom is we don't have a separate place for questions.
Oh, so, I know. One of them was it's going to be easier to take off defects. Look, there's only 2 defects. If you don't ship the item, there's no need to call to take it off. You didn't ship the item. And if a customer does have a problem and you don't take care of them, you didn't take care of them. That's the only 2 defects. There should be no need to take off defects.
So can you go back? Like, let's say you had a defect that was something else. Can you go back after they implement this new policy and get those other defects removed?
That's a good question, Cordelia. I'm not 100% sure. We've talked about that a little bit. I'm going to have to ask my peeps because when the change comes, I think it's February 20th. I don't know how they're going to play that because you had all these things that could be defects. Now there's only 2, and they're 2 different ones. They weren't there before. So I don't know what they're going to do in that point. So
I bet a lot of sellers are going to want to get their old defects removed. At least, I mean, I know on Amazon, I'm always trying to get my,
I didn't do this on purpose to give a good example tonight, but I was out of town at the eBay event last week. My current assistant was out of town visiting his child. And so I was stuck for 2 days without a shipper. And my old assistant, Cheryl, who Dwayne helped, said, I'll come over and ship. Now, Cheryl's a sweetheart. She's my buddy. And I've already told her she did this. I sold a football jersey. She sent the wrong jersey. It wasn't the same color. It wasn't the same player. It wasn't the same number. I don't know if she had a stroke when she was here. I don't know what happened. Customer files a claim. They could have just emailed me, but they had one feedback. Very new customer to eBay. They filed a claim. And this is one of eBay's downfalls, and I will definitely address that with the people who I know. I got the claim while I was in San Francisco with my parents showing them San Francisco. And when you get a claim, there's no link to what the problem is, nor the item. It takes a little jumping through hoops to figure out what's going on. So when I found out, I was already like 2 days kind of late. And I got the contact information. I called my customer. I go, Claudia, I'm so sorry. What happened? I got Deion Sanders and I ordered Derek Thomas. Okay. All right. And I explained the situation. It might sound like BS because, we all get those BS things. But I said, here's what happened. I said, and I know she said in the message, I need it by Wednesday. And this was Monday. I said, what's the deal? She goes, all right, Kansas City's playing Thursday night. My husband needs it for a party. Okay. It's Monday night. I'm going to express mail it to you. It won't go out today because it's already like 6 p.m. You'll get it by Wednesday. Is that cool? Absolutely. I drove down to the post office, express mailed it to her, and she got it today. So she was very, very happy. I took care of my customer. There was a mistake on my end. Doesn't matter that my friend did it. It's my end. I got to own it, and I fixed it. She's a very happy customer. Now, added bonus, she works for FedEx. She shipped the jersey back to me FedEx. Nice and easy. I'm like, that does not always happen.
Good friend to have.
But I didn't specifically drop the ball, but my friend in charge did. And she didn't do it on purpose. She just happened to grab the wrong thing. But yet I took care of my customer. when I reported that I sent the right jersey, she said, "Oh my God, thanks for calling me. Thanks for getting it out. I will make sure that I take care of this claim I filed against you." And I explained to her, "Look, I know you're new to eBay. What you did was absolutely 100% fine. In the future, if you would just message the seller, more than likely they'll just take care of you quickly." And I told her, I said, "I can't see what the item was and I can't see what your problem was until I log in. I wasn't on my computer. I was on a trolley car in San Francisco on my iPhone riding up and down the hills because my parents wanted to ride a trolley car." And she goes, "Oh, really?" I go, "Yeah, what you did was fine. I'm not complaining. But in the future, if you just message your buyer or your seller, it'll be quicker and easier most times. But the sellers that don't help you, they'll get washed out of the website." And that's what I love about the new setup.
Cool. So that was it, the whole conference? There was just the defect rate change?
Oh, no, there was tons more.
That's the whole deal?
Wait, that run for the next 3 days.
That was it. Good night, everybody.
And I know we're at the top of
hour
the
into
hour,
the show. All right.
but they made returns much more uniform and easy. Now, again, didn't do this on purpose, but I ordered headphones on Amazon 2 days last week. They were shipped here while I was gone. Got them. They were headphones. Here, look. These are $10 Marshall specials. And $10 Marshall headphones on a long flight, they suck. So I finally said, I'm 44. I'm going to buy expensive, good headphones. So I went to an electronics store. I tried them all on. I figured out which Bose headphones I wanted. I ordered the wrong ones on Amazon. I got them, and I thought, when I got the package, I go, boy, they really make these so small. I can't believe how much they break them down. Well, I ordered the wrong ones. But I returned them today, and I said, my bad, I ordered the wrong ones. They charged me for the return shipping, which fully expected. I screwed up. But the second I dropped it off at UPS, that the label they provided, and they logged it in, I got my refund already. Now, I might be sending a brick back, but of course, once they get it back, they'll realize I did send back my item. The refund's done quickly. eBay saw that, and they were like, our returns are too complicated and too ununiformed. And so they made one return hub, and they give you 11 reasons why you return something. And some of them are, buyer didn't want, wrong size, wrong color. And I was on a call when we were learning about this, and John Lawson, who most people know, said, 11 options is kind of a lot. And they said, John, we had 27. We narrowed it down to 11. But they're making it like one hub, easy to print out a return label. They're going to make it as easy as Amazon was today. And that's where I give mad props to Amazon. The return process was easy. I messed up, but they made it easy for me to fix it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want from eBay. And let me tell you, eBay sellers get this weird thing in their head. Oh, they want to return or cancel it. Okay, going to kiss your dog at night. Got it.
Wait, why don't you mute yourself, Jay? Okay, hopefully
Too
nobody
late.
in his house. Okay.
eBay sellers get this thing in their head that people want to return something and they must be trying to scam me. I hear it all the time. And I'm just like, you know what? I returned something at a Walmart the other day. I returned something at Target. The Walmart one was way old. Not once did Walmart say, get the hell out. Don't ever come back. Mm-hmm. If it's so old or so no receipt, they'll still give me credit. They just won't give me cash. And I'm cool with that because I'm going to go buy something else. And I tell people who sell on eBay, I go, your customer got the wrong item or bought the wrong item for whatever reason. Just take care of it. A lady from the Netherlands bought a small Hawaiian dress for me and said, hey, do you got it in XXX? No, I was selling a small.
Let me go check him back.
Yeah. And guess what? I just canceled it. She didn't understand. There was a language barrier. That's fine. Shit happens. That's the bottom line. And
you know what? People do that on Amazon too. We get that a lot. Like people are like, they get angry at their returns and they get upset that people return, a different pair of shoes than they ordered. And to me, that's just part of the cost of being in this business. And the more energy you expend, like freaking out about your returns, that's just energy you could be spending finding more good, profitable stuff to sell. And if you do FBA, Amazon handles the returns, but the one or two merchant fulfilled returns I've had, I just told the people to keep it. Like I didn't even want to deal with, it wasn't that high ticket of an item. I'm like, just donate it or do whatever you want. Here's your money back. Like, I just didn't even want to deal with it. So I feel like that's a good thing in general. If you're in this business, you should just don't sweat the returns.
And the returns are part of it. And the new eBay rules to keep your top rated seller plus is 30-day return. And people are already like, oh no, 30 days. I bought a Cleveland Indians t-shirt on MLBshop.com last spring training. Their return policy, 365 days. 365. Yeah. For me to go, I
Same
don't like
Zappos. Zappos, year long. Yeah, I used to work in an e-com company, and we changed our return policy to a year. If it's new, it's like, fine, just return it whenever.
Now, I opted in last Christmas to what they asked us to do, 90-day return policy, because some people buy a gift and say early November, they give the gift in December, January, they're like, I don't want this, doesn't fit, whatever. People were up in arms. I opted in the 90 days because I'm a good quality seller. You want to tell me, let me guess how many returns I got in those 90 days. 0.
Yeah.
None. Now, could I got some? Sure, of course. Could sellers who sell more than me get more than me? Yeah, absolutely. But, it's all about the customers. The customer I screwed up with that jersey, and I didn't really screw up, but my agent did. I said,
look, I'm sure
she feels horrible now that you said that on the show 20 times.
Oh, no, but I told her today. I said, I'm going to say this tonight. But I love her to death. She's like one of my besties. I got no ill will, but I just told her, I said, hey, heads up. We're going to have to go over numbers, names, and colors next time we're together. But the customer was so happy that I contacted them, and I just said, my bad. And when we were all done, because I followed the tracking today. I said, hey, they tried to deliver it. You weren't home. It was express mail. They want somebody home. She goes, cool. I said, I don't know if you live in a small town or big city. She goes, small town, I'll get it. No worries. And I said, look, if you ever come back, and I hope you do, but if you don't, I understand. But if you do come back, I want to apologize. And anything you buy out from me, I'll give you 20% off of whatever you pay. And she said, thanks. That's taking care of your customer. Because those situations are very few and far between if you're a quality seller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you've got a loyal repeat customer as well.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the new thing. So I know we're way past it already. The other new thing is the new seller hub. eBay realized they were sitting on data for days that they could be just giving their sellers. And guess what? They're giving it to us. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
eBay's given us
Seller hub?
The seller hub is going to be awesome. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't care about data and keywords and such, and you're like John Lawson said, my mom's 82, she will hate seller hub. You can still stay in the normal eBay, to see seller hub. But if you want to see it, it's awesome. It's going to give you all the data you need. It's going to give you, if you're selling this iPhone with this coral case, it'll say, here's what your competition's selling, and they sell it better when they use these words and these things. They'll give you a graph, and it'll show you this sells better on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. using these keywords, and they'll tell you, okay, Jay, you've had this listed for a year.
Seller coach.
Based on your setup, your title, you got a 3% chance of selling this item. But if you switch these things, you'll have a greater percentage chance of selling them. So they're giving you all that data and tons more. It's going to be awesome.
They did all that.
Yeah, so that's all coming out new. And the seller hub.
Is that going to be February? Is that what you said?
Yeah. And
are they basing this on like what's going on with Amazon, seller coaches and all that, or like how are they coming up with the ideas to do this? Is this based on feedback from the eBay power sellers, or is it just they're looking at other platforms and we should incorporate that within eBay?
I think it's a combo of the two, because like on the literature I got before we went there, the thing that one of the slides that we looked at pre the event, so we knew what we were talking about. Feedback we've heard from sellers: my performance and reputation should be protected. I want to be flexible to manage my returns, and eBay should listen to me. And I think they are. And I think any change on a major player, Amazon, eBay, Etsy, whatever, I think they look at, what their competition is doing and like, okay, let's take the best of that and incorporate it how we do it. And so I fully believe Seller Hub is going to be part of that. because I saw the data they're going to show us, and I'm going to geek out on it. Now, two things. Like I said, if you don't want to geek out on it, you can pass on it. But don't geek out on it, then you're spending like 20 hours on one listing. You're like just trolling data for days. Keep that in mind too. I know
analysis paralysis. Yeah,
Oh.
I see that happening.
You know, there's somebody in my I got a new group. It's called the Thrifting Board. Here, let me give myself a plug.
There you go.
Hey, is my shirt in the mail? I'm just,
Don't, it's coming. Don't worry. But I saw
David
somebody who
Hasselhoff
wanted to
shirt there.
see.
I like it.
They wanted to see a zone chart of shipping, and I said, "What?" And they're just really like they're spending hours on figuring out the zones. And I'm like, "What are you selling that doesn't fit first class or flat rate or regional?" She goes, "Nothing really, but I don't get it." Okay, she's spending hours and hours and hours researching. It's kind of like it frees you. I said, here's what you do. Sell some stuff. Have every box at home. And when you go to ship it, figure out your weight in a box and then click compare shipping rates. And that will start to teach you what to do. Like I'm good at it. I don't need to worry about it. But if you're new, do that. You will definitely get it. And will you screw up? Oh, absolutely. But the screw ups teach you the most in any platform. I think your screw ups teach you more than your successes. And I do a show on Thursday nights, and one of our segments is Duds of the Week. No one talks about their losers. Well, we do.
Yeah,
because
it's a good idea.
I want my mistakes not to be your mistakes. So
Right.
if this item isn't selling, look, I was still holding some Jonas Brothers t-shirts when their 15 minutes ran out. Okay? So, you know, you got to make sure that
Give it another 10 years.
Then they'll be like
They'll be like crazy collectible.
38.
Yeah. Along with the Jason T. Smith bobbleheads.
Now, let me tell you, the Jonas Brothers are not like my Spice Girls. Their stuff is collectible.
Your Spice Girls.
They are collectible. That's true.
So, you know, that's just that we touch on it. The big things are the returns, the seller hub, and, you know, the defects are down to the two things that should matter the most. And it's what matter to the buyers. So ship what you say you got, and if your customer has a problem, take care of it. I took care of it. The customer said, you shipped me the wrong thing. I not only took care of it, I called them. I went above and beyond. I overnighted it. They needed it. If I lost money, I don't care because I had to take care of my customer. That's the bottom line. No matter what platform you're selling on, take care of your customers. Don't leave them blown in the wind because that's what screws us all.
Yeah.
excellent advice.
That's true. So the new seller hub, I love that it tells you the keywords that your competitors are using. I wish Amazon would do that. I'd love to know the
Somebody brought up a point in the chat room. It's almost like it's replacing TerraPeak with some of the data that they are offering up to the sellers. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can share this. I don't know how clear it's going to be.
Come over to the dark side. I love it. Well, you might as well because you know a lot of people can't sell those Star Wars toys on Amazon. Might as well sell them on eBay.
Right.
So here's the seller hub, and they're going to. It's going to be a one-stop shop for everything. Labels you got to print, questions you got to answer. Your sales up to date. Are you up or down from the last 31 days? 70 recommendations. Listings unlikely to sell. So that's what's the awesome thing. Like this example, whoever they use, 22 listings unlikely to sell. And then you click on that, and it'll tell you this ain't going to sell because of this, and you should fix it because of this. Title changes. Here's what your competitors are using. And then it's going to go deep. It's going to go, like I said, graphs on how it sells, when it sells, how you're doing. You know, it's so amazing. I can't wait to see it live with my stuff. You know, we saw it in examples, but until we see it live, then you're really going to be like, oh my God, this is awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So, you know, all these things I know are coming. And, you know, I challenged people 2 weeks ago. I knew this stuff was coming. Couldn't say it specifically until the event. Now I'm on your show. I did mine and Chris's show. I got my other show tomorrow. I got different shows on Friday and Monday. I challenge anyone to tell me why they don't like these changes because I don't get it. There are people complaining. I don't get it. This seems awesome. They looked out for the seller, but they're keeping the buyer happy at the same time. That never happens.
I'm sure you've heard more than once. Why did it take them 20 years to get to this point?
I'll tell you, they realized in the last few years things that they did were mistakes, and it was nice and refreshing to hear a company go, "Whoops."
Yeah.
I told that customer yesterday, "Whoops, my bad. Let me fix this." And eBay basically said the same thing. Let us fix this for you.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great.
Yes, February 2016 is the day. I think it was February 20th, I think is the actual date. But, they didn't want to do, and the other thing too is they didn't want to do the major change going into Q4. All suddenly just things went sideways. Yeah, I get that. And I actually appreciate that. I'm trucking along just fine. Let's get through Q4. Let's relax towards the end of January. And then boom, February, let's change it all and make it good.
That's really cool.
I like it. Makes me want to sell more stuff on eBay.
I know.
I'm actually a little excited about eBay now.
Yeah, me
I will
too.
be interested. I'm still not going to create my own listings. Forget that. That's I don't even do that on Amazon hardly. But no, I'll put more stuff on Joe Lister and crap. I hope it flies. I'm more than happy to have eBay as another channel. So
Yeah.
I will tell you this. Can I plug my show? Is that cool?
No.
Yeah, well, it is at the
Which
same
one?
time as our show.
Yeah, it sounds like you got 7 or 8 of them.
I do, but I do a show normally on Thursdays called Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay on YouTube. But next week I'm going to be in New York City speaking at a meetup on Thursday. So next week my show is on Tuesday. Does that correlate with anybody's show here?
No.
Sarah
Okay.
and Mindy Lipschitz.
All right.
They'll have a show
So
on Tuesday.
If
Tuesday night is 6, and Teresa Cox, who's a good friend, and
Lady in Red.
my new group is kind of based on being at the beach, being on a surfboard, being online surfing. So we don't have admins anymore. We have lifeguards, and she's one of my lifeguards. Now, she's an avid both Amazon and eBay seller. She has 3,000 listings on eBay. The last year, her defect rate was not good, and she hated eBay. She went to the event, and she came out. She's like, "Oh, my God, I love eBay." So you know what? They heard us, and the event told us they heard us.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So
I wish Amazon would.
Yeah, Amazon
I wish
does
they
not
would
hear us.
hear us ever or acknowledge that we.
With their robots and their
Yeah.
drones.
So for someone who said, even though I'm selling big, I have a lot of things on eBay for them to go, I hate eBay, and then over 2 days ago, "Oh my God, I love eBay." That tells me they're doing it right and they're putting it out correctly.
Yeah.
You started a revolution, or you are part of 20 people that started a revolution, Mr. Influencer.
15, please keep the numbers accurate.
Sorry, good Lord, it was 20, now it's
What's
15.
amazing?
Did you
a
see
whole
that? His
bunch
head
of
actually
those
got-
influencers are in Scanner Monkey. We
Yes.
had you, John Lawson, Stephanie Ng,
Yep.
Kat Simpson. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else. Was Twyla,
And 11 others.
Vicky? Is Vicky? I think she just attended. I don't think she's actually an influencer. But still, 4 out of 15. Scanner Monkey's is pretty good.
Yeah.
We got some influencers. We got
And
some
you know,
people under the influence.
if you've never attended a eBay event, like an eBay Live on location, this was the We Are 20 event, and the party they threw was beyond amazing. Let me tell you, if you were on the fence, I think the registration was 65 early and then 95 late. Every attendee got a $100 eBay gift card. So you had an event for 2 days that included lunches, breakfast, and a party with open bar for 3 hours.
Oh my
An
god!
open bar?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll be
It
there
was-
next year.
And let me tell you, quality booze. And there was, in this ballroom, there was like 20 bars, and each bar kind of had like different whiskeys and different rums. None of them were crummy. There was no Captain. There was no Bacardi. eBay threw a party to blow your
Because you
socks off.
influenced them, I bet.
I must
Yeah.
have.
Sailor
But-
Fury.
No. Oh, I love Sailor, but way better
Yeah.
than Sailor.
Oh, wow.
And eBay threw us a party where they had a singer who's on the charts right now as the opening act. They had contortionists. They had painters. They had you could get your caricature done on either Paint or iPad. I mean, they threw a party like you would not believe. And we had so much fun that if the event had nothing to do with the changes, the party itself was worth the attendee.
San
So,
Jose.
That sounds awesome.
So
I
are you
wish
saying
Amazon
that
would do
eBay
that
party's
too.
better than Amazon? Is that what you're saying? eBay folks know how to party better than Amazon folks, better than FBA folks.
100%.
Yeah,
that's because we're busy working.
Okay.
No, that sounds awesome. Really does.
Yeah.
It's cool that they connect with their sellers and that they're getting the feedback and that they care about what you guys think and what helps you. That is a very different attitude, honestly. It's Amazon is kind of this sterile environment. You don't really know who seller performance is, and you don't know what's being handled by a person and what's an autoresponder, and but I don't know. At least I don't have to ship stuff.
I'm with you.
Hey, Dwayne. I don't either. My shipper's name is Jeremy. He's 25, and he sits right over here 5 days a week. Yeah. So you just got to know how to delegate, brother.
I'm getting there.
What do you pay somebody like that in Las Vegas? Because they got gambling there, so it's got to be like much higher than it is here in Houston.
I paid Jeremy $11 an hour.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is that minimum wage there?
It's a little above, but I offer perks. When
there's bonuses, and I'm sure.
Well, there'll be bonuses at Christmas. I offer perks. He also sells on eBay, so when he's done working, he can use all my photo equipment and everything for his stuff. And he's a wannabe rock star at night. So if a gig goes late and he goes, I can't make it the next day, I'm a boss that's like, that's cool. As long as he's here on the days I'm gone, he can be absent any other day. So I'm very much a easy boss. But I want to mention one other thing. There was a clapping tunnel. If you've never been anywhere where there's a clapping tunnel, it's amazing. We left the keynote address and walked to the ballroom. So we went out the keynote, down the hallway, and then turned right in the ballroom. And from the second we left all the way through the ballroom, it was 2 to 3 eBay employees deep the entire way, clapping and cheering for us.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And they're clapping, they're cheering, there's confetti cannons going off. And it's an amazing thing. And I saw people getting emotional. Like my mom and dad got choked up. An eBay employee who I'm really good friends with, she was crying because it's awesome to see eBay clap for you. It's amazing. And then they clap for you into a party that they're throwing for you. That's just beyond belief. It's just, I talked to a friend. I'm like, if this was 1980s, the only thing we're missing are hookers and blow. Everything else is, there's contortionists, there's painters.
Sorry, Jason's mom, if you're still in the chat room.
Oh, she knows. Oh my God, I'm her kid. She knows. See, my mom just said she cried like a baby because it was that emotional. The company we do our business on connected with us in a emotional kind of way, and it was awesome.
Nice.
That does sound awesome.
And opposite.
I want to go. Yeah, I do.
All right,
my mom said,
if you are in the chat room right now, I want a clapping tunnel for the next Scam Power conference.
We should do that at the Ecom Chicago. Maybe we can.
My mom said nothing new to these years. Before I was 18, she had to pick me up twice from being arrested. Okay, my mom knows who her kid is.
And now you're an influencer.
And look at you now.
Now you're an influencer.
Amazing.
I've been arrested since I was 18.
No, that wasn't a compliment. I mean, look at you now. Cheers.
Cheers. Whatever. He's his own bobblehead.
He's his own bobblehead.
When's the next TV show? That's why your guy's really working for. He's like, I want the slot on the next TV show that Jason T. Smith puts together.
Stay tuned, brother.
Yeah. eBay Today with Jason T.
Kind of like the seedy underworld of the thrift stores. It'll be like a dark tell-all of, I don't know.
If you do another TV show and you come to Atlanta, I'm going to help you go to way better places. I didn't see that Atlanta show till after, like, I didn't know you or anything back then, and I was like, oh my God, they went to the worst thrift stores in Atlanta. Who told you to go to those?
Isn't that where you want to go? The worst thrift stores?
No, I mean, they weren't even, like, there's so many better places you could have gone thrifting in Atlanta.
Oh, we had a great time, and plus, we had our biggest asshole encounter from our first time
in Atlanta.
A store was. I looked at my director. I'm like, I'm out. Like, what is going on here? This one store thought they were doing us a favor, and really, we're giving them a free 2-minute commercial on major TV, and they were just treating us like crap. And I'm like, I'm done here. Let's move on. And they were like, all right, that's cool. Let's move on. So yeah, but I love some of the places we went to.
Well,
Nice.
good. All right, well, I think we're done, huh? It's 9:25.
Yeah, I'm out of water and I'm ready for some bourbon. So
Yeah, I'm
It's
not wrong.
Dwayne's
Start
time
drinking.
slot.
you guys are
calls the
killing my
shots here.
schedule.
Wayne and I need to start drinking. You guys need to stop drinking.
There you go.
So
Oh,
let me,
Jason.
Now I'm going to start drinking water before I go to bed.
I do want to thank all three of you for doing a little joint venture, B, letting me talk, and C, being my friends, because I do enjoy all three of you.
Dude, you're awesome. You're welcome on anytime. All you guys
Absolutely.
are.
Always a pleasure hanging out with you, Jason, whether on screen or in person. So thanks.
Even better in person. So
Yeah, we do have fun together, don't we?
We're
had a
finally
good
going
time.
to get to hang out in Chicago.
That's
Y'all
right.
will have a blasty blast. Y'all haven't hung out yet? No? That's right. When he was in Atlanta, you didn't.
Somebody didn't invite me to Florida.
Oh,
All right. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not going to be in Chicago.
Drop the mic,
so-
all right?
No, I'm kidding. I was invited. I couldn't go.
Oh, all right.
I'm jealous because she's going to be going to a Scanner Monkey DJ party up in Chicago, and I'm
We're
going to be.
sponsoring the Friday night party. In fact,
So,
we got to start. I got to get with Mark and plan the drinks.
So somebody just asked if I'll be at Ecom in Chicago. I'm the keynote speaker.
The keynote
Uh-oh.
speaker.
in that crowd, you got the
so
keynote.
no.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
I better
there's
bring it. That's for sure.
You
I
do.
want to see lots and lots of pictures.
Hey, Cordelia, when do you come in?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm booked for Thursday, but I may change it and come in a day early.
All right, so there's not one, there's not two, there's not three, there's not four, there's not five. There are 6 tiki bars in Chicago.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have some fun that week, right?
You
Let me
have
tell
mapped it out.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
I know where every tiki bar in the country is.
Is there a website to go to? Should I be posting a link or something? or-
Bars are,
Yeah,
My friend has a website.
Jason.com.
Here, I'll post it. Critique.com.
somebody asked if there's going to be a replay. We will. This replay, normally the Scanner Monkey replays are for members only, but this one's going to be public.
This ain't our party. This is a joint
Yes,
party.
It's a joint party, so we're sharing it with the world. And if you do want to go to Ecom Chicago, you get a 25% discount if you're in Scanner Monkey.
And I
if you
just posted
I
his
think
link to
you can
Thrifting
get a
Board
different
too.
code for not quite as much off for if you're not a Scanner Monkey. So just so you know.
So yeah, if you've not heard of me or my group, come on over. We talk a lot about thrifting, about shipping, about customer service. So we want everyone and anyone that wants help us selling online. I don't care what platform you're on. We will help anybody.
You know,
I love that. Go ahead, Dwayne.
The
Sorry.
things I love to read on the thrifting board is when somebody goes, "Hey, I have this thing, and it's this oddball, whacked out. You have no clue what it is." And then like 3 people answer, and they're like, "Yeah, that's an Apple Core from 1980 or 1919, excuse me, and it's worth about $80." It's like, where do you guys get this crap? How do you recognize? So
Specialized knowledge.
it is. Yeah,
Antiques
I love.
Roadshow. How much do you think this is worth? Would you be
It is.
surprised if I told you it's worth nothing?
So as a non
$500.
I did have to tell somebody that their purchase was worth nothing the other day. It feels horrible,
Yeah.
but you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not a
Well, you share
thrifter.
the duds.
I'm not an eBay seller, but I still get entertainment and value out of your group. It is a cool group.
Thanks,
And,
Dwight.
I love the one this week. Somebody posted their customer had complained because they ordered a jacket and they said there was like blood in the pocket, but it was actually just like a melted old candy bar or something. And they were like, "What should I do?" I'm like, "Why can't they just wash the customer? Just tell them to wash the jacket." Right? I don't understand why it was, but anyway, there's all sorts of, even if you're not like a super hardcore eBay thrifter or whatever, it's a really fun group to be in. So.
No, thanks, guys.
I concur. I tried to get a little eBay action going because we're all about FBA at Scanner Monkey. I was like, I'm going to throw up some funny, quirky, weird, funny little eBay listings. So I had the autographed air guitar, which is just a picture of a wall. And then there was like a haunted doll. This guy sold a haunted doll. It was like this creepy looking doll. And I can't remember what it was. It said, must get rid of real soon. Like he couldn't have just thrown it away in the trash because it probably would have like showed up in his bed the next morning or something.
Dude,
So
I saw that on the
sell the
Twilight
haunted
Zone.
doll like it was something from The Ring. And So just, I was surprised that there wasn't more people posting on that. But again, we're such Amazon-centric sellers that I don't think anybody wanted to go find funny listings on eBay. So I had to come up with a few.
I shared one with you, but you said that was not appropriate for your groom.
Oh. What was
Yeah,
it?
there was some clothing optional stuff happening there. I didn't know if I wanted to
Some
expose
people-
the monkeys too.
Yeah, no, some people, they wear their own clothing they're selling, but they don't happen to have much underneath. That's how they sell their clothes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
There was one picture I saw that was like a teapot, but you could see if you looked carefully in the reflection in the teapot.
That's the famous one.
Was like a naked person taking the picture of the teapot.
Yeah.
And what you just showed was too much. It was more like that.
Yeah.
That's cold, bro.
Well, it is a little.
It must have been cold, bro.
So, all right, this show's going off the rails quickly.
Oh my gosh.
We'll post some more. I don't know, Jason, if you can find some more, I want to keep that post alive. I mean, I enjoyed posting the bolos from time to time, but I more than anything, I love just having fun in the group and posting stuff like that. So if you can find some other ones that maybe there's not so much nudity in it.
All right, I'll find ones without nudity.
But
I will say this, and I'll give you a hint as to what it was. The listing, it was a woman in a raincoat. Apparently she was at a nudist colony, and she had like a James Bond attaché case in her hand. So her raincoat was open, and she's got this like really sharp like there was probably weapons in there of some kind. And it's like one picture, she's just like looking through binoculars over like the sea or something. And the next picture, she's looking over her shoulder and walking down a dock to a boat or a yacht or something. So it kind of told a little story. And really all it was her selling this like cheap rain slicker, this yellow rain slicker for like $8.
There's nothing else on.
But she had nothing else on in this picture. So it's just some naked woman wearing a raincoat, and there's 5 pictures of her in different locations. And it's like, okay, and I don't know. Did it sell? Was it a completed listing, Jason?
No, it's been for sale for a while, but I think she sells a lot of things like that.
Okay, this is probably one we probably
you could do that with your flash underwear that you wore last year.
Yes.
You could do the trench coat with just your,
No, nobody needs to see that. If you recall, I was fully clothed under the underwear.
That's what you were.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
then we make a bobblehead, and yeah.
There we go.
When I was on the panel at the event, sellers were asking us questions, and somebody said, I mentioned it because I like working where I can work in my underwear, and somebody's like, prove it. I'm like, I've dropped trout for way less, so prove it. You best be ready to see it.
As you can see, Jason loves his job. So.
Very much so.
Yeah, I saw Jason in the
happy to
bathtub
be
once.
here.
It's not pretty,
Nice. Okay.
All right.
Well, on that note,
Thank you, everyone.
good night from Fast Turn Radio. Dwayne, this is where you say good night from Scanner Monkey.
Yeah.
So
Good night,
Fast
everybody.
Radio is
Whatever.
Wednesdays at 8, and Dwayne is talking about his race to $500,000 in 1 year, and other good
Dwayne.
stuff.
Selling
I think
drugs.
we're going to win the race.
Mhm.
And
looking good.
Jason's show is on Thursday nights at 9. Thrifting with Jay and Nay live, and then you can watch the replay.
I guess I need to find out.
Or Thursday nights at 9, you can watch the Scanner Monkey TV show, which is different each week. Next week, we're interviewing a homeschool mom who had her first year on Amazon, and she sold over $180,000 in her first year while homeschooling her children at home, which I think is
And they probably
amazing.
work for her.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to talk to her next week.
Best kind of schooling you can get.
So those are all educational and fun resources available for free, all of them. So.
And I didn't mean to go up against you guys. I'm going to play the sympathy card. My co-host has 3 children and cancer, and she's dealing with cancer right now. And Thursday night's the only night she can do it.
Ooh.
So I didn't mean to go against any of my friends, but that's going
okay.
to work out.
It's all right.
And we're raising money. So if you tune in tomorrow night, we are raising money for breast cancer research, and I'm giving some stuff away from the eBay We Are 20 event for people who donate tomorrow night for us.
Cool.
So if you
And
tune
next month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month in
so
October.
we are shooting to raise 6,000 this year. We're at like 3,500, and I got cool stuff for days. I got Nike eBay hats.
Mhm.
I got the We Are 20 brand new T-shirts. So I'm giving this away tomorrow night. We're gonna put everybody who donates tomorrow night will put their name in a hopper, and we'll give it away next week. So tune in tomorrow night.
We're not going to be on tomorrow night, so
Yeah.
even better.
So come donate some money, and it's
Yeah.
it's going directly to cancer research and hopefully the end of it someday. And I'm giving away all the stuff I got for free.
Cool.
Very
right.
cool.
Great. All right. Well, I think we're done. Are we done?
Thank
We're
you,
done.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Jason.